Hi Nana, right? See, in our previous class, we learnt about the nature of oxides of different elements. So, as a part of that, so something is left out, we have to finish that one. See, for example, when electronegativity of an element increases, acidic character increases. When electronegativity of an element increases, acidic character increases. See, if you see the silicon, phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine, so chlorine is most electronegative element in third period and their oxides are written here. See, what is the meaning of acidic character? Acidic character means proton losing H plus ion donating character. H plus ion donating character. So it is related to their when they are dissolved in water. When these oxides are dissolved in water, non-metal oxides when dissolved in water, they form acids, okay, and they donate or else they give H plus ions. They give H plus ions to the other substances. So out of these, for example, take these four, they belong to third period. So out of these oxides belonging to third period, so chlorine, oxide of chlorine, it can form strong acid and it can donate electron, it can donate proton. H plus ion means proton. So it can donate proton easily in water. It can donate proton somewhat less easy in water than this one, and it can donate proton somewhat less easy, and it can donate proton very difficulty. So that is why it is called as weakest. See, as we move from silicon to phosphorus and phosphorus to sulfur and sulfur to chlorine, so the electronegativity increases. When electronegativity increases, the acidic character of their oxides increases. So like this. So when electronegativity of element increases, acidic character increases. Okay, right. Now another point. When an when an element forms number of oxyacids, the acidic nature increases as a percentage of oxygen increases. For example, so take manganese, element manganese. So manganese can form so many oxides. Phosphorus can form so many oxides. Nitrogen can form so many oxides. Out of so many oxides formed by nitrogen, so these two oxides are neutral in nature. So the percentage of oxygen, it is here, it is gradually increasing. The percentage of oxygen is gradually increasing. So as the percentage of oxygen gradually increases, the acidic nature also increases. So this is strong acid when compared to this one, and this is strong acid when compared to this one. Okay, and these two are neutral in nature. They do not possess acidic nature at all because of very low percentage of oxygen. So they do not possess acidic nature. So acidic nature starts from here. So here, as it is having less percentage of oxygen, of course, it is having less percentage of oxygen, but that is sufficient to exhibit acidic nature. So here, as from N2O3 to N2O5, as we move down, from N2O3 to N2O5, so the percentage of oxygen increases. As the percentage of oxygen increases, the acidic nature or else acidic strength increases. In the same way, when compared to P2O3, in P2O4 percentage of oxygen is more, and in P2O5 the percentage of oxygen is still more. Therefore, the acidic nature increases as the percentage of oxygen increases. Okay, so here also these two are basic in nature. Generally, manganese is a metal. Manganese is a metal. Generally, metal oxides are basic in nature. But with increase in percentage of oxygen, what happens? So the basic nature is convert to neutral nature. The basic nature is turned to neutral in nature when percentage of oxygen is increased. And if the percentage of oxygen is still increased, so then it converts into acidic nature. And if it is still increased, it will become more acidic. So like this. That means when an element forms number of oxyacids, the acidic nature increases as the percentage of oxygen increases. So in this way, the nature of oxides will be. Already we learned that metal oxides are basic in nature, non-metal oxides are acidic in nature, metalloids are amphoteric in nature. Okay, so like this. So here manganese dioxide, it is a neutral oxide. Okay, right. Next, see some of the oxides, they are, the metal, non-metal oxides, they are said to be acid anhydrides. Why? Already we have discussed in our previous class about acidic anhydrides and basic anhydrides. Acidic anhydrides and basic anhydrides. So once again, just I'm giving you some clarity. Acid anhydrides, they come when they combine with water. Acid anhydride, when they combine with water, they form acids. For example, non-metal oxides, acid anhydrides are called as non-metal oxides. Non-metal oxides. Carbon dioxide, example, take water, it converts into carbonic acid. Sulfur trioxide, when combined with water, it forms sulfuric acid, etc. and so on. So like this. So in the same way, if you remove water from any acid, for example HClO4, it is the strongest known acid. Generally it is called as strongest acid. Okay, strongest acid. Generally we call it as perchloric acid. It is called as perchloric acid. So from any acid, if you remove water molecules, how can you remove water molecules? Water molecules contain 2 hydrogens, but here there is only 1 hydrogen. So how to remove water? Look here, see HClO4, 2 such molecules, 2 HClO4 molecules, together they lose 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. When they lose 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen, so what do they form? They form Cl2O7.